All right, here is some good and bad soreness after working with your kettlebell clean. Let's start with a good soreness. Good soreness involves anywhere up in your traps, back of the neck area, or in your ham glute connection back here. If that's all that you're feeling the next day, you can stop watching the video, you're good to go, and you're working correct technique with your clean. So let me explain that a little bit. As you can see, the kettlebell pulls on your arm on the way down. That's just a little bit of a stretch in your trap. You might even feel like your biceps getting a little bit of a stretch. They're sore the next day. If you are keeping your weight in your heels, great. You're gonna get those ham glutes working. Engagement of those means you might be sore a couple days later, delayed onset soreness. That's great, that's good soreness. All right, the bad stuff involves anywhere up here in the front of your leg. If you're letting your weight head into your toes, remember that swing video? If you're letting your weight head into your toes, you're working with your quads and that'll pull on your back. So make sure that you keep your weight back in your heels, very important. Also, I've had a couple people ask me about the wrists. Commonly, as people are learning their technique with their cleans, it's all about experimenting with the bell, and you'll find that the bell flips over your wrist and hits you in the wrist a few times. You're still working on your technique. How do I prevent this? A couple ways to do it. One way is to grab a wristband. So in the meantime, while you're still working on your technique, you can soften the blow with just like a tennis sweatband on your wrist. That way, as it comes around, it just doesn't bruise you the next day, it softens the blow. Let's say you don't have the time to go buy a wristband. Another very inventive way to soften the blow onto your wrist is to find an old sock, cut the top of the sock off, fold it over, and you've created your own wristband, all right? So that gets rid of the wrist excuses. You've got to play with these cleans a million times because they don't come easily. It's a complicated move, but it's definitely worth your while because then you can play overhead and etc. So find time to work on your cleans and have fun with them.